church there. I don't remember what, yeah. Anyways, so we were working in Union Beach, right on the bay. So it was like the first street, so that was right where Hurricane Sandy hit, and like they got it the worst. So the house that we were working on, it was Bob and Pamela. They had a weird last name, I don't remember it, but they actually, like, when they heard it on the news that it was coming, they didn't think anything of it. They were like, oh, we've lived here our entire lives, nothing's ever happened. So they decided to stay in the house. So then, the water started coming, and first it like flooded the basement, but then it went back. So they're like, oh, it's over. That was it. Not that big of a deal. And then it came back, and they had to go in so they had their house and then their garage, which on top of their garage was an apartment. So they ended up going up to the apartment because the water was getting high, and then right when they got up there, the water washed the stairs away. So then they were stuck and didn't really have any way to get down. And then they had their dog up there with them, and they heard stuff hitting the side, so they looked out the window, and they saw their house gone. And then there was like other houses like smashing up against their garage. And so the water then was like right like at the foot of, like, they could step out into the water. So he was like, okay, like, this is gonna collapse, we need to get out. So took a lot of convincing her, but eventually they like were thrown out into the water because the deck collapsed. And then they were in the water for an hour and a half, and they ended up, she still had her dog with her, and the dog was pulling her down, so she had to let go of the dog. And they saw the dog swimming away the other way, and then they, eventually she got knocked by a big board, and she was under the water, but he found her, and then he got her to the deck, because his, like, a block over, the people had a deck on top of their house, so he ended up getting her onto that, and they were in the water for an hour and a half before he finally got on that. And then he knocked on the door, and the people were still in the house, so they ended up getting in that house, because that house was okay. And then they're standing outside trying to get her inside, and they see from the opposite direction the dog on a little raft floating right back to them. So their house was totally gone, and like their second story was like way like up the block, hitting another house, and then like the rest of their house was somewhere else. So they have had to totally rebuild it, and all the houses there are now raised. So since after that, they were staying in housing that was free for 18 months. I don't remember where that was, but and then after that, they moved into a trailer. So since then, they've been living in a trailer. So there's been lots of groups coming and rebuilding their house, but they weren't Christians when it started, like when the hurricane. So now they're actually like really thankful for the hurricane, because since then, seeing all the people come and like come from everywhere just to like help them, that like, and they knew the difference was Jesus. So because of that, now they're Christians. So yeah, they're actually really thankful for it. So their house was like 80% done when we got there, so we went and we had to build, I don't like talking to a mic. We had to build a deck and a fence, and then we had to drywall in their house, and so we ended up getting a lot done. We got a big start on the deck, so now they can actually get in their house, because it's like raised. We got the main floor totally done, so now they're ready to paint. We primed for them, so actually yesterday they said their grandkids were coming to paint their bedrooms. So yeah, they're ready to move in soon, so they're really excited. So we were working on drywalling and the fence and the deck, and yeah, it was fun.
Carl, I'm Hannah. Do you want to share about how the homeowner was there, and every time he saw your kids working on the house, he cried?
Oh, yeah, he kept coming, and like every time he was there, he was just saying how like thankful he was, and he kept like crying every time, and he's like, I could stand up here forever like thanking you guys. And, yeah, it was really cute.
Awesome. Thank you, Hannah.